G'day, g'day. Hold on a minute. We're back. Okay. Sorry for that. I didn't realize that my audio wasn't actually turned on. I don't know if this was since last stream or something. I can't really remember. I have boosted my microphone because a couple of people mentioned something about being quiet. So hopefully, if you guys think this is better in terms of audio, and in the greater scheme of things, I think it's technically not as good, but if everything's a bit louder and better for you guys to hear, then that's a win on my end. The issue is that everything keeps going into the red zone and keeps peaking, which in general isn't usually a good thing, but if this is better for you guys and a better experience, then that's 100% all that really matters. I recorded a video yesterday about Gaia 2, so anybody who is interested in Gaia 2, feel free to watch that video. It was talking about the release dates, which is pretty good. So anybody who's looking out for Gaia 2, that'll be of interest to you. But yeah, sorry, I'm just looking through some stuff. I don't think I have too much news that I really want to talk about. The Black Ops 6 has been kind of like, it has been teased is the word I'm looking for. It's available for wishlist on Steam, so anybody... Oh! Wow, that implication never really, stuck in my head. It's available for wishlist on Steam already, so for those of you who aren't too interested in Call of Duty's usually would be on Battle.net for a while, a couple years, then it would move to Steam. I don't know if the other ones have been doing that for a while. I don't really keep track of Call of Duty, but this one I am somewhat interested in, so that's nice, but I don't know, maybe it's been coming to Steam and I just don't remember. But some of them anyway weren't on Steam originally. And that was delayed. That one interests me. I liked the old Call of Duty Black Ops. Those were the games. I never really played Modern Warfare that much. I've since played a bit of Modern Warfare. I finished a campaign for 2. But I played a bit of... It was mostly Black Ops. So I played all except 4. So... number 6 should be interesting. I'll possibly end up purchasing that, but maybe not when it releases. I disagree with a lot of it. But as long as they have what I'm after, then that, I guess, is enough for me. I hate Warzone and all that shit, though. It generates them money, it generates them players, but at the same time, it's kind of like... Ever since they've started, kind of implementing all that, I feel like the games have been going and turning more into poo. Now, that could be a multitude of reasons, but... so not necessarily just that, but definitely it does seem a little bit worse. So, for the start, I'm just going to be... also, demos for games will be... There's new demos coming out, so I've been playtesting, playtested a bit of it for Tiny Glade, with a decent number of people actually. They had quite a big playtest, and so there's going to be anybody who's interested, there's going to be a demo out tomorrow, so... Or maybe it's today for you guys, I don't really know these time zones, right, but yeah. Anyway, I'm doing some retopology and stuff for a human bust. He looks a little bit goofy, but yes, it is what it is. He's alright. So currently sitting at Just gonna off. So we're currently sitting at, I need to hit 3,000, so I'm about 800 away. Realistically like 900 away, but that's all right. So we're looking for that. So definitely can remove these back faces. And in regards to this, we're seeing up to really there, so we might actually be able to just fully remove these. Yeah, that's actually quite good. I might actually be able to move up and down as well. I think I can actually remove 2 up and 2 down. Just trying to save space and shit that's not really important. Hello, Amy? How are you doing? I was gonna say something, but I've completely forgotten. Wasn't that important though. His eyes are a little bit fucked. Yes, Amy, they're a bit fucked. But yeah. Not gonna lie, you're doing good. That's good to hear. What's happened that has led to you having some good times? Anything interesting? How am I been doing? I mean, that's good. That's good to hear. You have to show me some of your stuff. I mean, I'm alright. I think so for those of you who are not aware, I got some results back. Decent result, but not as good as I was hoping. I got like a B- on something, which is, you know, it's way above what you need, but I would have rathered a better result. And yeah, I mean, I'm still a bit miffed on that, but I think I'm mostly just fine. At this point, I don't really care. Because I spoke to one of the teachers and they're just like, here's the issue. Well, here's what I believe I would have done. Ain't perfect, but it's what choice, yeah. But I'm always just I make when I extrude or cut something, yeah. Yeah, fair. That's fair, Chief. But no, you have to show me how some of that shit's going. So I'd be interested to see. I'm gonna be helping my cousin learn some 3D. Maybe in the weekend, which will be interesting. He drew some One Piece fruit and would be interested in learning some 3D modeling and how to 3D model the fruit. So I was just like, yo, I can let you and teach you a bit. Yeah. So that'll be interesting. He is kind of lost a little bit of shit, but it is what it is. I think it's fine because he is such a minor thing. Especially from like really here, it's mostly fine. I might remove some of these rear loops. I've got about, we've got 3,600 and I need to get 3,000 tries, so not too bad. Our game's progressing though. We're making a game. I don't know if I really want to show anything, so I probably won't. I usually do streams where I'll go over I can actually remove this, which will be nice. I usually do recordings of like progress. I don't think I will for this, just because it's a like it's always been group projects, but just for this. Also, we actually haven't made too much progress. Like, there's been a decent amount of progress made, but it's kind of like different. Bit harder because we're doing 3D, of course. So, I'm going to do grab these edges. Then we can slide it maybe down a bit. We wait patiently, indeed. I mean, honestly, at this point, there's no actual player, but they're like they're not actually playable. So, I think we'll have an interesting game. I'm kind of excited to see, you know, where it all goes. But, it's just so much work really involved, I guess. So we're doing 3D, and we haven't made a 3D game before, so I thought it'd be interesting to do a 3D game. It turns out pretty much everyone else is doing a 2D game, for better or for worse. So, which I guess, the way that I look at it is like, I think 3D, well, 3D is obviously more what I'm after. But also break the mold, exactly. But yeah, like, yeah. But I mean, not to generalize or anything, but a lot of games these days are 3D, so I feel like there's going to be more job opportunities in 3D. So I feel like it'd be more beneficial. You know, experimenting with 3D games. And 3D is more interesting for at least me anyway, so. And I mean, the rest of the group was interested in it, so, you know. It's of course all fine. I am back to team leader though, team leader Toby. I mean, not necessarily by choice, but I'm also completely down. Like that's not me, you know, obviously. I just usually end up being the team leader because it's just like, oftentimes with a lot of groups, but especially, you know, in the past, it'll be a case of just like, okay, well, we need to make a game, and like nobody really gets started on like coming up with ideas, and like we you know, you just spend quite a bit of time just like umming and ahhing about things, and it's just like all that time you're spending umming and ahhing, we could actually be getting shit done. So oops. So yeah, we're just I just figure sometimes to just, you know, get it all underway. Being the lead, yeah. Which I don't mind doing, of course. I think we keep that. What I might do is I might change this. I go like that. We got a little bit of a weird situation going on here. Which could probably be fixed by me just going like that. Um, I mean, it's like kind of fine. It's not the greatest topology, but ideally you don't want any of these, but L ratio we do. 3,400. I only hit 3,000, so I might do a little bit more reduction. Maybe around the nose. Quite a bit here. Quite a bit here too. Get up to anything interesting today, Amy? Just modeling? Oh yeah. What you been modeling at the moment? What's your current? The environment. So you got to model a house and a shed with a capstone. Interesting. This will be interesting to model. It's not entirely great, unfortunately. Might just leave that as is. Actually, that should be... Actually... Worried about making bad cuts. Ah. It's usually fine. Bad cuts. Why do you feel that? What? Somebody who I usually watch is now streamed, but it's a bit of a weird time. I just don't want to have a stretched texture later down the line. It's usually just UVing, really. Usually your cuts would be related to UVs. Which if you even need any help with, I can assist you with that. At least one positive of the assessment is the teachers really like that's some professional UVing you do. And I'm like, thank you. So, I don't know. I'll take that as a W. Oops. So, you're welcome to always ask me about UVing. Toby said that for real. I found out that there is something something similar to Rhizome. Obviously, I use Rhizome now, and I've ascended, but I believe there's this, which is very bright and white and not great. But if you're seeing any blues or reds here, this would be telling you if you're getting stretching or not. Which I mean, there's going to be because I'm doing a fly. I'm firm fly. Thank you. I appreciate it. Which yeah, I'm getting a bit of weird stretching going on, but that's because I'm fucking merging topology, so you're gonna get that regardless, as long as it's visible. I prefer Rhizom's version of it all, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend purchasing Rhizom, at least definitely not for you. For me, it's quite good though. So for example, here I can see, you know, where I'm getting stretching. I get stretching around the nose, but the nose is kind of fine. So I can really visualize stuff like that. Like I could decide if I wanted to remove these, and if I removed these, and then I selected and I went unfold. As you can see here, we get quite a bit of stretching. So it's really helpful there, because I can visualize, I guess, the extremities of the unfolds. And as you can see here, I got a much better result. And yeah, that's not ideal, but when it comes to the UVs, it wasn't too visible. And there's a little bit of warpage that went on over there, but it was good. It's very helpful indeed. I really find it useful. Arguably, I went quite deep with that cut, but it was probably... everything worked out fine for me, so it was good. Well, you guys wouldn't even be able to really use your own programs, because everything's kind of like you're at school and everything. For me, it's just like, oh, if I want to use my own program, I can. It's nice. But, and hey, if the teachers point out and they're like, nice work, and then I'm like, well, it's worthwhile then. But that is a unfortunate difficulty. But I don't think wouldn't really see using too many of these sorts of random shit anyway, so it's fine. Not too sure too much about what the fuck that's doing. Probably almost remove this. Yeah, it's not changing too much in the scheme of things. Stuff like I could reduce polys here, so I could remove, for example, that or this. But my issue is if I start doing that, I kind of have to full commit, and I don't really want to commit fully. Can probably remove stuff like this though. Maybe a little bit more over here. But I do have to say, I did not like UVing that much prior to Rhizom, so I will say it did make it definitely more enjoyable. But that's a personal opinion, and not necessarily would anybody else find that, albeit that is generally what most people end up saying, but that's from my experience anyway. Not too sure what the fuck's actually going on there. My topology is a little bit fucked, but it is what it is. Um, 3200. I mean, there's always places that I can reduce, but it's just... if I reduce it, it can lead to worse things. I might reduce the count. But then again, these aren't that... it'll be fine. Oops. Maybe... I mean... what would happen if I did this? I knew something was going suspicious. I was... oh, it's mostly fine. Oops, so I meant to have symmetry turned on though for this. Symmetry can cause issues, unfortunately, as well. Fortunately, this isn't as good as Maya. in those regards. As Blender, sorry. Oops. This isn't even going to give me much, and this is the reason I was just like, this isn't even going to give me much, like, it's not going to reduce it by much, but I guess it might as well. Just isn't going to achieve much. That's for the most part fine. Yeah. Like I was slightly rotated, but one of those things. Yeah. See where we're at with that first. Might be able to get that second one on. I do have to say though, Amy, I will be completely honest with you. I was just thinking, in regards to UVs, UV never really went too good when it came to teaching UVs. We've been taught a lot better. I mean, obviously the workflow is a little bit different, of course, right? But we've been taught UVs a bit better. Here. Oops. But oh my god, I need to like increment and save. So it takes a minute because I got like fucking 2 million. Oh god. History. Make sure I delete that because I've had that corrupt my project. Cough cough bye bye for fucking hours. Haven't really been taught much or anything. That's the thing though, it's really quite frustrating. I don't know if we ever got taught too much in the second to last year. No, sorry, in the last year. For at least you guys. But no, for me, sorry, not you guys, sorry, Jesus. We got taught a bit in at least the first year, but even then, it wasn't really taught very well, and it's never stuff that's like, you know, we weren't really taught too much. Like, for example, so I bring up Ryzen because I have everything laid out, right? So it's just a bit easier. I can just open, for example, my SMG, which I was told these are really good UVs, and there's things that could be better. Definitely, like this could have been flooded. I try to do that with most things, but yeah. For one, like most, if not almost all objects, you want to have like as flat as possible. And there's like packing and stuff, so like I've set it margin of 8 with a padding of 16. 16 obviously, I think the margin being this is 0.8, I believe, and then 16 between each object, but you can always play around. What would happen if I went, yeah, island, so if I went Shift P to keep all the things. Now, it doesn't change by too much, unfortunately. And we actually lose a little bit because it gets to a point where things just need to be a bit bigger for me to actually gain better packs. But I've just spent a while to make sure this is as optimized as possible with the 12 it was, I think. No, 16, that's right. Stuff like that. It's quite a lot to it. Just making sure you don't want any warpage. So it's really good. I have this thing at this bottom, distortion. I don't know what is this? Disabled. Well, that's cool. Texel density. That's because everything bar that for whatever reason is the same texel density. Not too sure why. Distortion. Oh, is that because it's selected? That is because it's selected. Distortion, which we were looking at before. Topology. Well, okay, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know that I could do this, so that's why I'm actually looking at this. It's like its own ID map, which is pretty cool. Topology. Material ID. It's all the same material. color ID. So it's FP. No. Interesting. Okay. I might be able to ID in this. That's cool. Size, interesting. Burst for. If you can ID in this, that's actually really helpful. If this is vertex colors. I don't know if it would be. Regardless, distortion. It's the main thing that I like looking at. So this just shows me on a graph, I've got one thing with relatively quite bad distortion, but everything else is pretty neutral. Which I'm not too sure. So it's this, I can actually click. And if I go isolate, sorry, it's this. And it's this little thing here. Not sure why that distortion is so bad. No, just needed another unwrap, I guess. Regardless, this is such a... I mean, this wasn't important. Because it was hidden, like, under there. So, I obviously didn't give too much of a shit. But yeah, lots of stuff here. This looks terrible. This is actually really bad. Why did I cut it like that? Oh yeah, I just wanted it to be just a singular. This is the inside, the interior. So I didn't give a single shit about what this looked like because the interior is the interior. So that realistically you're never actually going to see in a game. Also because of lighting. So, yeah. A lot of stuff here you can sort of see. All these purple lines are all my seams I've added. So you can sort of see, I guess, a basis of what this kind of you would need to do. There's things that I could have done, but I kept it, like, for example, flat here because in my LOD 1, which is my lower quality version of this, I was going to merge these. And so if I had done like that, it would have caused weird things because you never want to remove those sorts of things. And then this is such a minute thing. Yes, I could have added a seam there and then cut a bit differently, but it's literally nothing. And I removed that pretty much with the next one. So once again, it would cause issues. Or could cause issues. So that's me reducing the issues as much as possible. I mean, yeah, I'm a bit lost on what I should do. I'm down very low. You know, we're at only a little bit under 200 to go. It's just what? I mean, I could remove some things. So I might, like, remove that. It's just I need everything to look consistent. Consistency is the key thing here. And it's very easy to not be consistent. Oops. That's a oopsie. Hello, Inim, how you doing? Just doing some work on a little project here. It's obviously causing some quite bad warpage, so I might actually remove what I've done there. I could have just not moved it, but I want to keep everything as smooth as possible. These things. How you doing though, Inim? You having a good day? Might target weld that still. Where's that? Acting so weird. Oops. I think I have my thing on on object that should be like component or something, which is bad. Doing good. That's good to hear. I like to hear that. No, I'm just what we're doing for stream at the moment is we're retopologizing, so I'm just removing stuff on this. I'm just reducing the quality, I guess, of this model. Oh, you're working on a project as well? That's good to hear. What are you working on? But yeah, I'm just reducing a bit to make it all run a bit better. Most of this should be fine. I might be able to remove some of these side ones, actually. Oops, not Xgen. Target weld. We're at 3,150 effectively, so I could go like that. Something like this would be... Once again, it's one of those things where it's like I don't really want to be playing too much with this because then it can get quite thing, but it's a little bit further back, so that should be fine. Ultimately, I'd rather that and then just not have these. I think that's still, for the most part, fine. I could do that. But what are we sitting at? About 100 to go. We'll try this one as well. Just the further I get around here, the less I really want to be doing that stuff. Making a game edit for a client. That sounds sick. It's an interesting game. I have such little geometry here. The reduced geometry should actually be back here, unfortunately. So I'm going to maybe do a little bit over here. Should be able to drag this up. Which does warp a bit. Just I gotta be really careful with how I go about that. But probably remove one of these. Might remove this. With 50 to go. I'm not too sure what game I want to be playing though for stream. I genuinely speaking, I don't think I've been playing really many games lately. Just lots of focusing on this shit, of course, so which is a bit unfortunate. I love playing myself some games. I don't really want that. Well, okay, let's just hold on a minute. Let's see what I want to ever see what I've actually played in the last 2 weeks. 113 hours, quite a lot. 10 hours OBS, 25 hours of Painter, 14 minutes New Vegas, almost 2 hours of Cyberpunk, which I did yesterday. Now 27 hours of Designer. I actually have more hours in Designer over the past 2 weeks than Painter, interesting. Which are obviously these two for class work, which I've done a bit outside of class. 13 minutes, for 45 minutes of Ultra Kill, 7 hours of the Witcher Red Kit. That's me learning. I could go over a Red Kit today, actually. I've been learning a bit of Red Kit, so I think I can actually... Last time I did a bit of Red Kit on stream, I had no clue what I was doing. Now, I have no clue what I'm doing, but I have... you know, a little sliver of knowledge. I need to watch the latest tutorial though. Tutorial 3 on animations. 2 minutes of how does me doing playtesting. Chrono Trigger. Bit of Blender, bit of V-Rising, bit of Witcher. Decent bit of Treant. Bit of Elden Ring. Bit of Stanley's Parable. Love this game. I've done a bit of everything, but honestly, a lot of this is 3D shit. Interesting. Not many games. Like a decent bit of games, but it's like really 2 or 3 hours of games. Occasionally. Right, so we're 15 away. Is it worthwhile getting rid of that? Probably, but also at the same time, we could probably remove some here. Do I need that? No. And realistically, I probably don't need that, but we can start reducing these more flat regions. Let me actually go the other way. Hey! Wow, that was already too much anyway. Does he look a little bit clapped? Yes. Do I care? No. I just gotta get shit done. Unfortunately, the teachers are going over non-realism, and we have to try to figure out realism. So does it look good? No. But it's my best attempt at it all. Sweet. I'm going to unhide my eyebrows. Control D. Shove this in here. I might go LOD 0, LOD 1 underscore O1. LOD 1. Hell yeah. A little bit goofy, but he does the job. Well, obviously this doesn't look good because it's the default. My thing as well, so it looks a little bit less bad than other things. I don't know if I saved it, but if I went... Sorry, I'm just going to Control D. Pass indeed. I think my other models will pull a bit more for this. This one, I've done my best that I can. With what we've been taught, but I'm not a ZBrush, I'm not an organic artist, and I feel like my hard surface one should be a bit better. Let's combine you, delete history, freeze transforms, geo underscore bust, Toby bust, underscore LOD 1 underscore O1. Yeah, that's fine. That's all I wanted to do in terms of 3D stuff. I will save this here. We can delete these. Those were meant to be deleted anyway. I have to clean this up in my own time, but for the most part, this is fine. An interesting conundrum for any of you guys who do this sort of stuff. I've hit 100 hours. That's good. Well, actually, no. Okay, well, I'll explain what I'm going to be talking about in a bit. But interesting thing that I've since reached. I've since hit, well, I've hit 300 subscribers on YouTube, which is awesome. So thank you guys all for subscribing. We've hit 50,000 things, views. I just checked back. There was for a bit of time when I was uploading videos when I'd like look back at my statistics to see kind of like what's doing good and what's not and like stuff like that. I went back from like not, yeah. I went back to like not looking because I haven't been uploading, mainly because of just lack of time. And I have a couple of videos that I want to, but it's just kind of like I want to put a bit more time into those, just because it's kind of filling a pretty big hole. So I'm just waiting for me to have a bit of time to just actually get that kind of edited up. Because otherwise, like, I released this 13 views as such like a... I don't expect many people to be too interested in Gaia 2 release date. It's a niche. And on top of that, there's other sources of finding out about that. It's just me covering it, so it's not too much. I don't think it would be very popular. Then on top of this, I didn't edit it either. So it was just record it for, 5 minutes and then upload it. So, what was I going to show? So, yeah, thank you guys for watching all my stuff, though. I've been getting a lot of very nice comments, so I do appreciate it. For example, check this out. So, when you want your, for example, this is a cleaver that I was working on. I wanted to export this, and I want to import this into Substance, not Substance, if I want to import this into Unreal Engine. Turns out, a key thing that you need to do for Unreal Engine, because it turns out that everything is kind of like its own thing, and requires, its own settings and shit, and it's really hard to keep up with these sorts of things. Substance, no. It's really hard to keep up. So, Unreal Engine, for anybody interested, 8 bits. If you do 16, your textures are going to be whack as fuck. Here's something that I've been working on for a while. This is a technical art thing. So, what the fuck? There we go. You can usually scroll while you're moving to change the camera speed. Which I usually use. I think you can use other methods of doing stuff, but I'm a avid WASD right mouse button user. So here's my head bust in Unreal Engine. A little bit clapped. There's the thing is that this is quite the perspective of the camera. I feel like that's actually changing. It could be me. What's the... I don't know if that's like an active camera. What's the... I don't know. I don't know how to change that, of course. But so here's, for example, my... Oh yeah, I deleted all my shit I was working on that. So if you do, for example... learning clips. If I did, for example, I imported... I need to rename these things before I export, but... If I went for create another tab, 16 bits. This is something that I learned today, and I want to share it for anybody who runs into the same issue, because I fucking did, and me and my mates spent fucking ages trying to find out what the issue is. Everybody online is like, do TGA, do this, do that. No, it's just it doesn't like 16-bit. Who fucking knows why? Which is contrary, because everything requires different specs, and it's really hard to keep up with things. So if you use a height map, right, and you're trying to import a terrain, you have to use 16, but if you don't, you'll get banding and it'll look like a Minecraft map. So it's like, I'm used to using 16 because obviously there, I don't want to run into those issues. On the contrary, if I don't, I run into other issues. So for example, if I go, head. Now, everything's fine. It looks the exact same as this, and when I import it... Oh. Shit. Shit. Sorry, let me... I might have done goofed. Sorry, hold on. I think they have the same naming convention, so I just accidentally fucking fucked up. By the way, this doesn't have everything applied anyway, so if anything looks a little bit extra clapped, that's probably not helping. Apply and save that. So obviously this was this. Can I rename on import? No! Fuck! It replaces the texture. That's so frustrating. Hold on. Oh, I'm assuming it is, because it's saying import done. I'm just going to I did the same fucking mistake twice. That is stupid. Here, basically, I'm just going to write 16 at the end. Just a note that it's a 16. If I import this. It looks the exact same, right? But if I go and import this into this, look, there's the difference. It's fucking bright. Obviously, when I apply this, you get like Homie hasn't stepped outside for like a couple years straight. He's a goth. This is the difference between 8 and 16-bit, according, like, in the way that Unreal fucking does things. Do I know why? No. And it's just these sorts of, like, stupid issues that makes Unreal sometimes insufferable to use. Unity has its own issues as well, and honestly, I hate it because neither of them are perfect. They all have their own fucking issues that make life so much harder. Oh, and one thing, you do see sRGB turning on here, but like if I turned on sRGB here, it goes to light mode. So for those of you like, oh, maybe turn on sRGB, no. Sadly not, and then playing around with these don't really do too much. I think some people said that you could do... there was another one that I think I could have used. Maybe like that or something. I don't know. One of these are meant to be also not bad. But, yeah, I mean... Something interesting, though, Amy, for you, maybe, is a method of, merging. This is never really taught at school, and I can sort of see why it's not really relevant for you guys. More so for us. But this is something interesting that you may want to know. Is, for example, this, right, this material, which isn't updated, and I really need to update it. I'll actually update it now while I remember. I'm just gonna see. I'm just gonna message. Sorry. Just responding to something. So I've obviously done some changes to this because I wanted to improve it. Substance Designer. I guess you guys can also see what I've done. But look at this setup. Don't know why it's on the wrong screen. I need to finish a video. I was watching a tutorial on how to make something. We're using RGBA merges, which I think you can do probably in Painter as well, knowing Painter, but I wouldn't know how. But check this out. This is kind of genius. So I've since improved this. It looks better, in my opinion. Oopsies. That doesn't look better, sorry. Let's duplicate that. I know that's a little bit... Okay. Just to make sure that the metallic is turned off. There we go. Well, that's a little bit better than what it was before. I was like, why does it look kind of shiny, but like not good way? So there's some grass texture that I made. Is it perfect? No, but it's fine. I've done some like stuff. I've made these myself, some dandelion kind of weeds. I think they're pretty cool. Do they look amazing? No. Is it going to be hidden? Yes. So it doesn't actually matter in the scheme of things. But I think it looks cool regardless. And so I'm using an RGBA merge into a mask. And assuming everything works well, I don't think we can actually use height anyway, so height's kind of a waste, but we'll keep height regardless. Grass normal should be fine. What I'm going to do is I'm going to export this. I'm just going to export this into grass ground textures. Yeah, this is improved. And we want these. So now we're using literally only 3 things. So what would be both a base color, normal, probably roughness, metalness, height, and ambient occlusion, we're now just 3. So from 6, we're using 3. And you can go export and check this out. Well, you may have been taught this, I don't know. We were not taught it, at least when we were there, but maybe you've learned it since. Objects, grass, materials. That's the wrong grass. I was never taught this. Yeah, I think that's really cool. Let me just start a new one. Folder. Grass improved. Just gonna import these. No, I will. Well, yes, I am, but I'm just not gonna start a new thing. I will. I think it's no, it's like fully. Sorry. A substance designer is what I'm looking for. Substance designer. Witcher materials. Oh, where am I saving it? That's an old edition. Or maybe I saved it. Sorry, I've lost my shit. I don't know my naming conventions, let alone anybody else, so. Where the fuck is that? Sorry, hold on. Is this export? No. You can just press this one, export. There's another button, I think. I can't remember where. I always lose that button, so I end up just using it. Tech art visual aesthetics. Oh yeah, I have a separate thing. Fuck me. I have like 3 different places where I had like one place where I was posting shit and they all have their own separate things. It's really frustrating. Tech art, materials, grass ground, textures improved. So here we got these 3, which I'm going to rename. TX underscore grass, lowercase grass underscore base color. I might control C, control oops, F2, control V. This one's a mask. And then this one's obviously normal. Just name conventions, of course. Awesome. And then check this out. If I go grass here, so this is the last mask that I used. So it's easy to. In theory, if everything decides to work well, then this will work fine. In theory, you can go base color, base color, normal, which won't be that different. So we've already got these 2 working, which is good. And that looks pretty good. I might do some more versions, iterating, maybe changing the brown and stuff to better suit. But for example, now we have this, and check this out. So I can go, I believe red is roughness. I'm just going to look. I'm just going to do this. And then blue is height, which I don't think exists. There's probably a height in this. I just don't know which one the height is. Maybe it's world position. I should actually switch it up because it would be helpful. Then this is ambient occlusion, of course. And there, what happens is now with this one texture, we're covering the 3 things and it gets baked into it also. In theory, the issue is it is still shiny because I think, well, I know the issue to it is just really frustrating. We go 1 minus, I think that fixes it. Apply, yeah, there we go. I think that was, or maybe I did have a bit of shine to it, I don't know. Sheesh, optimal though, yeah, indeed. I just couldn't remember. It's just, acting weird. Maybe it's acting a little bit weird, sorry. Sorry, this would just be a bit easier to visualize. You record that, might use that later, yeah. You have my stream for that. I'm not too sure if that's actually working amazingly. The issue, okay, so this usually works fine. The issue aligning is that sometimes, oh, I know the issue. I think. The issue is that these treat things differently. So, what's the word? Unreal treats, sometimes when you import materials, you have to, like, switch them around. Did I change anything on this? I don't think I did. No. Okay, well, first I'm going to quickly search up UE5 height input. It's meant to be U. So what's the height map meant to be classified as? World position offset. Interesting. So it's world position offset. I did not know that. I had a sneaking suspicion, but I did not know that. So blue would be world position offset. So. I don't think it's really good enough geometry for that to make that much of a difference. Oh, you can see a little bit. That is not too crazy. So I can always use this 1 minus to reverse this, in theory. But I don't know if that map's actually working correctly. Substance designer. Let me just look at what this is meant to be looking like. Yeah. Oh, no, that's right. I have a flat color. I think I played around with other colors. So I had, like, the grass shiny and stuff. That's all good, that's all good. I had the grass shiny. I completely forgot that this is a flat color. I don't remember if I wanted to do that or not. Either way, that's fine. So I'm just going to go 1 minus. That means that I just don't really care what it is. Awesome, and there's like my grass texture, which is pretty good. And obviously I can... This is so complicated, honestly. Texture. Let's go coordinates then. You can always do this. You go like 2, 2. Increase the tiling, and I got my full tileable texture, which is pretty cool. Obviously, you run into the issue of things get bigger. You can always go like something crazy and go like 4. That'd be pretty cool. Even then, this like 4 is still quite big. Like if I went remove, I actually can't add it to this for some reason. There we go. It's way too much. Always do something like that. You can always play around with stuff. It's obviously got its tiling issues, but I can go maybe 0.5 or maybe 0.75 is probably the best. 0.75. Ultimately, that doesn't matter because when you have a bunch of grass around, I mean, I'm gonna probably instance everything, but oopsies. I should nothing's centered, unfortunately. when you get a bunch of grass kind of growing. Oh, there'll be ways of actually instancing this as a foliage thing, but so you get that going, kind of works out pretty good actually. It's pretty sick. Anywho, I'm going to... I don't want to delete all the process that I've done. All the progress, sorry. If I revert that, delete some of these. I can. I think I'm back. I'm not obviously keeping that for this project, but that's just there for the sake of it. Awesome. I might refill my drink bottle. And we can play games, which I haven't done for a while on stream. Yeah, that's nice. Discard that. But that's kind of painful fucking designer shit. This is like a small thing as well. This isn't even that much. I got a project, I'm watching a video, and I probably watched like 2 or 3 hours of this video or something, because it's like so many tutorials. I think it's made up of like 8 tutorials, but I'm like picking and choosing at least which ones I want to follow. And I mean, this one's just so much more. This is just for plants. I mean, obviously I could compress this a lot, but you can kind of see. The dirt's really simple though. That was only like a 15-minute video. And at the moment, that's very basic. You're gonna kind of see. No map's inverted for some reason. Well, what's up with that actually? Or is it not inverted and I'm just stupid? No, OpenGL gives a better result. Wait. Why is there an invert grayscale? These are just different methods of calculating. Well, that's much better, in my opinion. So I got sticking out. These are very small things, of course, you're going to see something like that. So we got some like sticks, which I might play around with. Some leaves. And some blades of grass, which... it doesn't look great, because obviously the texture side, if I went something like 4K, it would all look better. But I don't want to use 4K, of course, because it's quite a lot for just the texture. Ground texture, that is. Isn't really visible, but then you could also argue that all this detail is a waste of time, but no. Oh, 8K would look like this would look insane. Jeez, my PC struggles with that. This isn't showing me 8K. Is it calculating still? Ah, here we go, here we go. Wait, am I back? My memory's pretty much running out. We're still rendering it. It's not even done. Memory. 99% memory used. I can't actually open Task Manager. It's because it's trying to... It loads all the things onto the memory. There we go. Can I at least... I still can't right-click. Yeah. So that's its memory cache. For some reason my task manager is actually broken. Well, you guys can't see it, but it's using almost 15 gigabytes of RAM. It's running fine now, but it's just cached, which is like everything. What's this? Okay, hold on a minute. I'm not changing anything, and I wouldn't keep it like this, but there's kind of some insane fucking detail. Need a lot of dots, though. I don't know. I think that's just an issue with 8K. I've heard some issues with like 8K. But I would never do anything like that. That's kind of insane, though. But let me change this back to 2K. Should be almost instant. You can see the memory. There's only 25%. It goes down to only 5 gigabytes of VRAM. Not VRAM, RAM. But what is that? I'm just intrigued. Preferences, is it here? Memory budget. So it's automatic. So at the moment I'm already using quite a bit, so I don't really want to, but I could shove that up to, like, you know, 16 gigabytes. But yeah, it was using like fucking 32. Jesus. Not 32, I was using 13, sorry. It's just kind of like, that hits me up to 90%, so that jumps me up like 30%. Just in this alone. I could obviously close, I got a bunch of shit open. I don't know what's using on my... Well, this is already using a bunch, and then my Opera is definitely not helping these two, of course, but... You always just got random fucking memory that somehow adds up. I don't know how. Apparently 18 gigabytes. And even like these, they probably don't even add up to 10. I don't really understand how it adds up to 18, but I think it's just the way that Windows works, when it like loads some shit onto the memory. Anywho. That was mostly irrelevant. I still need to work on this in my own time. I did not expect it to run that badly, though. Holy moly. I'm surprised that it runs on RAM and not VRAM, but regardless, I'll be right back. I will turn on my be right back screen. Man, I'm tired, though. I'm going to be ending stream probably at 9:30. Just having an important chat. We are ready for some games. It's like a mix between like hot and cold right now, so I always feel a little bit weird. I don't know if you guys ever feel a little bit weird when it's like difference between the temperatures. It's just like cold outside, but we have some heaters and stuff turned on, so it's just like the heat from there mixed with like the cold. I don't know. I just get it's like really weird. It kind of makes me feel a little bit goofy and not great. What do I want to play? So, I recently downloaded Fallout New Vegas because I want to play through that, but I probably won't play through that on stream, sorry, because one, it's a usual thing, but also, I don't even think I'm going to be fully playing through it, but I just want to try and play something a little bit, again, and then, but no, apparently there's so many issues with streaming Fallout, it's not even fucking worth streaming. Yes, Red Kit. I said I was going to be playing some games. Red Kit's games! Red Kit's pretty cool. I've been trying to learn it. It is so complex, and I guess I can understand why. Like, when you think about it, this engine is like... although they've made some improvements and changes to make it a bit easier for, like, us users, and we can pretty much do everything without actually needing to code it, you run into the downside of, ultimately the engine is fundamentally from 2000 and, like, fucking, you know, maybe 13, in the assumption that they at least were working on it 2 years before they released, The Witcher 3. So, in that context, it's kind of like, it's a really old engine, and going back to some of the older shit, like, you know, Blender 2.7.9, for example, and, like, the older Unities and Unreals, it's kind of like the same story, where it's like, oh, this feels quite dated, and is definitely, not the best. Sweet, let's launch something. I've been trying to work out how to make a new world. I've tried it twice. Neither times does it work particularly well. So I'm kind of more so just waiting for an actual tutorial on that, because I got, levels. If I go... I got Test and Test New World, or Test World 2. I don't know, what's Test then? Let's say level. Testo. I believe this technically... What's the spiral? Let's see what it is. This is really cool how they got a lot of this to work. It is quite interesting. I would not recommend it. Okay, can I just say what pisses me off? Q is up, E is down. Literally every other program, Q is down and E is up. I'm sorry, I'm not adjusting to that. I wish we could change it. It's so frustrating. I'm not sure. Oh, this might be when Geralt teleports. Spoiler. I'm not too sure though. This is just massive. Like, I've been through quite a lot of things, and this is like really big with like not much happening. When we're reading Desert Alvin City and stuff like that, maybe we can actually get some music probably from this actually. If I load this up, load all in group. Ah, so we need a bunch of snow and shit. We're actually not getting any music. Let's... So... I'll turn the music back on again. This is so much! Bear in mind, having all this is generally a negative thing, because you are loading all this without utilizing it, so it's always kind of potentially being rendered in the background. So usually you wouldn't want that. Oh, wait. Is this what I think it is? No. What? What is this? I don't know what the fuck this actually is. I don't think I've ever seen this. For two, this isn't like... This is just maybe a test level. Let me just turn the collision masks off. Because none of this actually is like... Look, it's just hovering. This is an Alvin City. So maybe this is something that they were working on, but they never fully implemented. And this could be like a lot of things. There are a lot of things that were like Alvin City in the books that would have made sense for this. Let's see if it actually... Why's my music not actually working? What is this meant to be? Where is this? Anybody's played this before? Let me know. Used Redkit before? Let me know if you actually know what this could be. There's a book there? Report? What's in this? Despite the significant measures already undertaken, the situation in the outer regions of Tilith Navel, Tilith Nalia, and Tilith Nakrob provinces has not improved. The sages sent to handle the matter in the fields have merely succeeded in delaying the advance of the White Frost, which... Whoa, this is like... interesting. This might be, this wouldn't be where Siri goes, is it? Whoa! That took me a minute. Let me, like, hide those. She got her dongalongs out. How's that coming up? The issue is, yeah, whoa there, boy. Hey. None of this really makes sense. Because all this isn't even... And like, none of these are actually interconnecting. Like, these are just like non-cities. So that gets cut off there. wish I could go faster. Stamp is smooth, that's nothing. Damn. I think I'm like max speed I can go there. Which this is still pretty fast. But it's kind of insane how big this actually is. For no reason. Or seemingly no reason. I mean, obviously, if this wasn't used, then that could be part of the reason. There's still, like, water. Like, what? What's all that? I should go faster. Is there another something in front of me? No, that's not. I'm just seeing things. There's a desert, maybe? I think this is when you're teleporting and through the game. It takes you to all these places. Yeah, I think this is. Because this was definitely a place. I remember coming down here as Geralt. Interesting. So this is all just like one big fucking thing. I don't remember that city actually existing really, but... I'm not shit like... I wish I could go faster, unfortunately. Yeah, this is like humongous and like compared to like any other one that I've kind of looked at. I mean, this is just insane. Skydome looks sick though. What's this? I kind of want to see what this is before I leave or search this up. But maybe there's nothing actually here. Doesn't look to be the case. How far out is this going? What the fuck? Still just more shit, but I don't think there's like anything. Some of these maps are like quite big though. I kind of like Ard Skellige is quite massive. Skellige. If I hop onto the Discord. Whoa, they're in Gaia? What's this? Oh, that's literally... That's the ancient. That's in Blender. Interesting. Spiral. We're like exploring the shit. Nobody's mentioned it. Spiral. Nobody's mentioned it. I assume nothing on the discussions. No. Here's the Steam Workshop. Oh yeah, that sometimes doesn't work. Deleted 2 games for nothing. What do you mean it's good? I'd have to delete a couple games so then I could run this all. Like he's stuck on flat. Interesting. So nobody actually mentions this. I'm working on a project to try and remake the game Ultimate 8 on the Witcher 3's engine. Insane. Yeah, then when creating larger scale, how big? Not too sure. I don't know too much. I know Ultimate. I don't know Ultimate 8 though. Ultimate 8 must be a relatively later one because I know like Ultimate 4 and stuff. It's like the OG sorts of RPG sorts of things. Ultimate 8. Pagan. This came out in 1994. Interesting. I think like Ultima 4 or something was like something, I don't know if it's 4 or something, but one of them was like the OG MMORPG. Like the first one. Or something like that. Could be wrong on that, but maybe it was 4 that was like one of the first games that has multi-choice. Like choices matter. I know I definitely say that was the first one that I could find, but I really doubt it's been too long. Most have moved on to most only real hardcore make stuff, so it's doubtful. I mean, wouldn't the hardcore be the only people making larger scale mods? If you have any ideas for large scale mods, do them yourself. Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to change all of Geralt's voice lines with AI female voice. Then make a female Witcher character, but it's tricky. Need a modding, so I plan to make a decent sized mod. Hopefully there aren't others on my famous year. Terrible with coding, but there's no coding there with this, luckily. Female Witcher. There's a lot. It's quite painful, but in some senses not terrible to make new quests. So making new quests wouldn't be not like main story quests, but like you know, like the little pop-ups and stuff. Kind of like gigs in Cyberpunk. I made one of those. That was pretty easy. Well, it wasn't easy. It was like a 20-minute video, and it took probably like an hour. But I think redoing some of that isn't necessarily too bad. It's just making sure I follow the same thing. I want to see if there's any new Witcher things. Glowing Witcher eyes. What is the most recent start of the world? So there's a couple new ones. Lore friendly series. Start read game from main menu. Not too sure. 100% correct chance of like some Chinese dragon. What? Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think... Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. Yes, there aren't too many mods added, but anything that's not just changing some parameters would take a lot longer than, like, the week it's been out for, really. The week or two. So, yeah, there's, like, quite a little amount of mods. And, you know, to preface, right, if we hop onto... we hop onto Nexus. Like one of the most popular modding things is The Witcher 3. There's like 6,000 mods, so definitely nothing compared to like Skyrim and shit. That's interesting. There's more mods for base Skyrim, but quite a bit more downloads for Special Edition. That's interesting. But yeah, it's one of those things where, like, these could get ported onto the workshop, but potentially they're using these mods. Like, not everybody is posting the new mods that they're working on to the workshop, because there's pros and cons to doing that, of course, and using that. So, new today, there's like 5 mods already today. This week, there's a couple. But ultimately, it's going to take a while, because we're still trying to figure out, like, there's going to be 12 tutorials for using this engine. There's 3 we're only a quarter of the way through, so that's let alone people actually spending the time making things. Because making mods takes a long time. If you want anything that's more than just like nothing. So I just want to see what other things we have. We have Vizima Outskirts, which Vizima Castle, for those of you who aren't aware, is this guy. Vizima, I don't think the outskirts are actually in the base game. I've done some stuff here. This is where I've actually... where's my little... Here we go. You can see my strip of me trying to figure out the texturing tool and stuff. Something must have been removed. I was placing some objects around here, just trying to figure out stuff. That was my little test area there. But Vizima Castle sits here. Load all in group. Which is pretty cool. This is where you go to meet, obviously, Emir. But in the actual game, like, if I were to... I don't know if this is going to work or not. I would assume so. Play a game. I'm actually going to be hopping off really soon. I just realized, well, rip to my game playing. If I go to my world map, we have, you know, Vizima. So it's actually different. It's like WY Zima. I guess because obviously Polish, whereas here it's Vizima. That's interesting though. But as you can see here, like, there's only the Royal Palace in Vizima. So Vizima Outskirts isn't actually a thing. So we're going to look at some new stuff that probably wasn't in the game. Never mind, I lied. They have something, but it's a 2D array. It's not an actual level. So, I lied. My New World. Island of Mist. I think this is the test level. It's either the test level or where Siri gets dropped off. And has to pick up his friend. Yeah, where you meet Siri. Think. There's some, like, testing levels and stuff for us. So I just don't know which one's which. It's probably this, though, from what I can remember. But yeah, I think I'm gonna do some watching of some videos. I want to learn some new stuff, really, for some of this. So that I can maybe make some of my own mods. I've ported some of my own stuff into this, just to play around with, which has been pretty successful, so I have been enjoying that, hence my, like, 7-8 hours in. But, definitely gonna need some more stuff. Anyway, I think I want to leave it here. Unfortunately, I haven't really done too much this stream. So maybe I'd go over some more stuff next stream. Hopefully I can play some games next stream. I just don't want to play any games if I'm going to be... if I got a bunch of work to do. I have a practice test tomorrow, which I'll be doing. That's my rigging, which I've done some streams on. So for anybody who's seen those, well, hopefully I do well on that. Gamer. But I haven't really played any games. I don't really play too many games because I just spend most time trying to just get these assessments done. It's like, oh, well, if I start these assessments early, then I have less, like, stress. And it's like, yeah, there's less stress, but I just spend nothing but working on these. So it's like, I don't know. There's pros and cons, of course. But just thinking, for anybody interested, there's meant to be demos available. Well, obviously for, you know, Tiny Glade tomorrow, but I think there's like a whole as demo thing happening tomorrow. So anybody who has a lot of games on their well, I guess I could look by date added. For people that have a lot of games on their that are coming soon, there's potentially going to be some stuff happening there with some of these games, maybe being demos. So, yeah, there's kind of that. Actually, one thing I want to see, what's the oldest game I have added? My Summer Car, that added 2019. It's not that long ago, really. It's 5 years ago, sorry. Anyhow, that was just me doing me things. Time for EP. Yeah, me too. Thank you for watching, Amy, and as always, of course, and NM for popping by as well. And anybody who lurks or just, watches this post, thank you guys all for watching. I appreciate it. Hopefully I can get some more stuff done. Hopefully I can make some more videos. At least we got a break coming up soon, so hopefully I can pump out some videos during there. But yeah, thank you guys all for watching. Hope you guys all have a wonderful night or rest of your day or morning or whatever time it is for you guys, and we'll catch you guys hopefully tomorrow. Usual time, no promises though. But yeah, thank you guys, and we'll catch you guys later. Bye bye.